Today I'm going to be teaching you about consumer behavior. Brings it to this. Consumer behavior is the study of individual groups or organizations and all the activities associated with the purchase, use, and disposal of goods and services, and how the consumer emotions, attitudes, and preferences affect buying behavior. Volume. The five stages in the consumer buying process is 1. Need recognition, 2. Information search, 3. Evaluation of alternatives, 4. Purchase decision, and 5. Post-purchase behavior. 2. So step 1 is need recognition. This is when the buyer senses a difference between his actual state and his desired state. The need can be triggered by an internal or external stimuli. Some factors that are more internal are hunger, thirst, sex, or comfort, while external stimuli include external forces. For instance, when an individual watches a brand new car come out, he desires to buy it. This is more external. Being able to identify the consumer's needs can lead to a quick and easy sale. That's why need marketers must identify the circumstances that trigger a particular. I'm clicking it. Step 2 is information search. This is when the interested consumer will try to seek information. There's many ways they can find information, one being in a personal source, which includes family members, friends, colleagues, relatives, and so on. And then there's other types of sources such as showrooms, dealers, salesmen, and you can even do information online. And the marketers must try to get his brand into the prospect's awareness so then they can make a sale and earn a profit. Step 3 is the evaluation of alternatives. In the former stage, the consumer has collected information about certain brands. Now they must undergo the evaluation of brands. There's 3 steps in the evaluation. Step 1, the benefits offered by brands. 2, the qualities, features, or attributes and performance. And step 3, price change by various brands. Step 4 is the purchase decision. This is the stage when the consumer decides on one product or service. It's usually the most promising brand out of several brands. There's 3 factors that further affect whether buying intentions result into actual purchases or decide to avoid, modify, or postpone a purchase decision. The 3 factors are 1 being attitudes of others. The impact of other person's attitudes depends on degree of their negative attitudes towards the consumer's preferred brand and the consumer's degree of compliance with other person's wishes. Number 2 being the unanticipated situational factors. These can go from small to large, and it depends on if the company can make this decision now or is there something that's holding them back from buying it. The 3rd factor being consumers perceived a risk. Is this purchase going to help or hurt the company? This is a very critical part for a company to decide whether they should make the investment or not.
Mama, go get it.
I had it so stuff came in and stuff, but then it didn't work well with the volume unless I was speaking.
And that's not needed.
Yeah.
That's more distraction.
I meant like once I got to talking about post-purchase, then it came up. But that would be easier if I was speaking and not recording.
Oh, this shows you that's what it meant before, so it should work.
Now, moving on, we're going to talk about consumer involvement. Consumer involvement is defined as a state of mind that motivates consumers to identify with product/service offerings, their consumption patterns, and consumption behaviors. It's the amount of physical and mental effort that a consumer puts into a purchase decision. I wonder how my one class is going to work.
Those are caps off the. See that chair?
Yeah.
See like the bolts have like caps on them?
Yeah.
See, they're making the caps. They're up there.
Hmm.
I consider out what they were. I was like, what the hell are these?
I wonder though how my one class is gonna work. That's all about doing interviews and stuff.
Oh, funny.
I'm supposed to go around and interview different historical sites.
Figure it out.
I mean, they've got to have something planned. Yeah. I'm supposed to make a whole documentary. You'll finally be able to let me do something with videography. My camera's got is a good camera for videography. Social influences also impact consumer behavior. A major influence on one's purchasing habits and consumer behavior is the social class in which one finds him or herself. The social class is considered an external influence on consumer behavior because it's not a function of feeling or knowledge. And then the social influence marketing, also known as influencer marketing, is a relatively new form of marketing that utilizes the social influence of certain individuals, such as celebrities, bloggers, leaders, and that impact consumer behavior. If you've ever been on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, these are also known as our influencers, the people that we watch the most that can convince us to buy products just because they use them. I want to go play soccer. I just hit end up here. I think I can pause it. Yeah, then it says like, do you want? Now, to sum it all up, consumer behavior is the study of individual groups or organizations and all the activities associated with the purchase. We study it so we can know what the consumers' want and needs are and to help businesses advertise and sell products. Marketers play a big role in the process, so without advertisement, information, and salesmen, consumers would not know what to buy or whom to buy from. I gotta get like a safe or something. I mean, my room, it locks. There's 2 doors till you get to my room. It's not like I have a roommate.
Someone got in though.
Yeah.
You gotta head up to go steal that, right? Almost done.
You have one more slide.
Summary.
Yep. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a 5-tier model of human needs. Starting at the very bottom is our psychological needs. These are biological requirements for human survival, such as air, food, drink, shelter, clothing, warmth, sex, and sleep. Next up is safety needs. Once an individual's psychological needs are satisfied, the needs of security and safety become salient. And then next up is love/belonging needs. After psychological and safety needs have been fulfilled, the third level of human need is social and involves feeling of belongingness. Next is esteem needs. This is the fourth level in Maslow's hierarchy, which Maslow classified into 2 categories. One being esteem for oneself, which is dignity, achievement, mastery, and independence, and 2, the desire for reputation or respect from others, such as status or prestige. And at the very top is self-actualization needs. This is the highest level in Maslow's hierarchy and refers to the realization of a person's potential, self-fulfillment, and seeking personal growth and peak experiences. The needs lower down the hierarchy must be satisfied before individuals can attend to needs higher up. From the bottom of the hierarchy upwards, the needs are psychological safety and belongings, esteem, and self-actualization.
You can hear your voice talking about that shit.
Mm-hmm. I do. And the fifth and final step is the post-purchase behavior. This is when the consumer buys the product with certain expectations and then after the purchase decides whether they want to keep it or not. There is always a possibility of variations between the expected level of satisfaction and the actual satisfaction. His subsequent behavior is influenced by degree of satisfaction/dissatisfaction. Marketers must monitor the post-purchase experience of the buyers. That includes 1. Post-purchase satisfaction, 2. Post-purchase action, and 3. Post-purchase use and disposal. The post-purchase behavior shows if the customer is willing to come back or not, or if the company should make changes to their product and or service.
So, what does the word record mean?
I think it's just recording how long my slides need to be. Yeah, because when I hit play with timings, it goes through it without me having to click.
And then you ask what it.
With timings.
Right. Because it said make it 5 seconds if not, right?
I don't get why I have to post this shit to YouTube.
Count.
It's just under my email.
You got a little flag yourself? Good, good. Look good. Organized. That's how I did the summer school stuff. Playing problems. I knew what the problem, what I was going to say next on the screen when I hit the next animation because it was showing up over here. Yeah. Now I'd say it. I'd say like, oh, the answer is C, and then you bounce in and show C is the answer. Here, what are you going to do? Which way are you going to go?
I didn't know, though, if I was doing a presentation at school, you never needed flashcards. You could have just had your notes on the side, and I never knew that.
Yeah, you can toggle. Do what? You can show your presentation as you're giving it. Yeah, but
this won't be broadcasted, though.
That's the next slide, right? That's the next slide. Yes, you can intro before it comes in. You can say, oh yeah, and
yeah.
Blah blah blah.
I'm listening.
Oh, that's what happens. You have the AirPod in.
Do you know what time Walmart closes?
I think 11:30.
Well, we can figure it out.
I need to learn more, but I don't want to go there in the morning now.
Because this one's long. So one of them's like a minute and a half. That's what I'm doing. It's recording every time how long my slide is right now.
Well, if it's recording it, then isn't recording a slideshow? What does that mean? Does that mean
it's just recording the slides and the volume? Yeah, it should be recording the starting. It's speaking,